Hello everybody. Go ahead and in your bag, grab out the handout I put in there if you were at school on Monday, and get out the rubber glove. And also find a Sharpie if you have one at home. An ink pen might work as well. Go ahead and put the glove on your non-writing hand, and then just like in the handout, you're going to write on your glove. You're going to divide your fingers from the top down to here. Actually, there's going to be a little circle around your thumb. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to follow along as they did here. Divide your thumb through the middle here and around. I'm going to draw another hand line there. I'm going to go down my fingers again. And I'm going to try to make mine as close to the picture. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It looks like they drew a line. It's a little hard down here. A line around the wrist. And let's see, what am I missing here? Looks like I got almost everything. Actually, there's bands around, so there's a ring around the thumb there, and then at the joint. So go ahead and draw everywhere where your finger bends a line there. Here and here. Here and here. And looks like I got everything. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on the back top of your hand. Other side. And come around the thumb again, down the middle of all the fingers. And actually they draw little thumbnails. It's a little thumbnail and then nails on the fingers. So let's try to draw those in. My glove is wrinkly. It looks like in the picture theirs wasn't very wrinkly. Yours might be wrinkly too. It doesn't matter. It's okay. And then we're going to add those rings by the joints. Again. You can kind of bend your fingers so you can see where your joints are to get a better proportion placement. So there we go. There's what my glove looks like. Kind of looks like Spider-Man to me. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Why are we doing this? This is weird, right? This looks really weird. Go ahead and grab a pencil, any kind of pencil, drawing pencil. Hold your hand a certain way. Maybe we're going to start out this way. The reason why we're doing this is because instead of looking at our hand in our left brain, jumping right in and saying, I know how to draw a hand, you just draw it how I tell you. We're going to actually look at the hand. We're going to look at the different shapes formed here, and we're going to draw the shapes and have the shapes go together and then draw a hand. There's always that struggle in the left and right brain. The left side's very analytical, it thinks in symbols, and it likes to work quickly. And the right brain is the side that will actually look at something, look at the different shapes and the values, and evaluate from there. And that's what we want to do when we draw. And some people, everybody thinks you have to have this great talent to draw. And it's really just a matter of your brain, really. Some people, their right brain is more dominant, and it's easier. It comes easier for them. If it doesn't come so easy, but you're interested and you practice, just like riding a bike or practice shooting a certain, like a layup with basketball or swinging the bat, and you practice and you practice and you practice, you know, you build up those pathways in your brain. It's the same thing with drawing. If you drew something, the same thing every day, you'd be really good at it. So that's what we're doing here. So this, I haven't even drawn on the paper yet. So find a place that your hand is comfortable, and then look at the lines. So just draw the lines. Actually, I'm going to start drawing the bottom of the glove. and I see there's a line there, and then I've got a line here, and then some of it's gone, and then going there, up, and right there, there's that shape. Coming here, I'm going to come around. Now I see part of my thumb nail drawn on the glove. I'll draw that, come around, and I'm going from place to place, and just drawing the outer edges. You can go back in later and do more detail. And there's that finger. And if you note, well, you can't see my hand in here. If you notice how my hand is, it would have a line that goes around this way. So I could even draw a little curve there so I can stay within that curve. I'm going to come around and get this finger, and get this finger, and get this finger. And you see a line here, you see a line here, and coming around. And then from my thumb there, that line, you can see it in the picture, it goes like this, around. So I'm actually drawing wrinkles in the glove and not in my hand. I feel like I didn't, it's a little off here. And then there's that line that comes along. And there's creases. So this looks weird. Mine's not completely perfect. It could be a little longer here. And then if you went in there and started shading more, it would make more sense. So that's one view. It's not beautiful. It's okay. I'm going to move my paper a little bit, and I'm going to hold my hand. I'm going to try to hold my hands like they have it in the picture. And I'm going to hold my marker, and I'm going to try to draw that. So I'm going to come over here and start doing that. So I notice my thumb is like this. And I'm not going to lie, I'm out of practice drawing hands and drawing in general. So this is great practice for me and for you. When you start looking at your hand in this position, you're like, that's weird. How do I draw the finger coming that way? Don't think of it that way. Start on the outside first. Draw your outer edges, and then you work your way in. And you should do that with every single drawing project you have. Start big and then work small. So don't sweat the small stuff in the beginning. You want to, oops, that's not right. It's gotta come this way. You want to get that outline right first and the proportions, and then you can go back in later and start drawing like Kath Riley. Weren't her drawings amazing? Wow. And you can think of these as little segments too. And then this one comes here. This finger is crowded, so the line is that way. So I'm trying to pay attention to those lines. If you do this right, it takes a long time. Mine's not turning out exactly like that picture because I just don't draw like that. And you might not draw like that either. I'll go back in and change some of that. Draw some of my lines in. You can try and draw your lines in too. Your marker lines, that's what I'm talking about. And my drawing is hitting the other one. That's okay. I'm kind of noticing that this is completely off. And you might notice yours is too. When you start paying attention to one area and not the other, all of a sudden you come back, you're like, whoa, what was going on over there? And that's why drawing is a process. The other thing too, this is a sketch. And sketches and sketchbooks are for practicing and making mistakes. It's not final artwork. Nobody ever has to see this. So don't be afraid to practice and try and have fun in your sketchbook, because that's what it's for. Now if I started adding shading in here, that would start making things make more sense in my drawing. So that's that view, and then my third view, maybe I'll hold my hands like this, something a little bit different like that, and I'm going to draw it up at the top of my paper, and you can see mine are hitting each other. It's fine. Like I said, this is a sketchbook, it's just practice. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and we'll look at the outer shapes that are formed. Work on the outside. There's my thumb sticking out over all of that. Okay, so I'm going to continue my drawing off camera. What I want from you guys is to try doing 3 different views. Now you can see mine are not perfect, they're not beautiful. You might want to start before you draw, warming up by doing some circles and some ovals, just so you get that practice on the paper. And make sure you're loose and your fingers are loose and your shoulders are loose and you're relaxed. Don't do this when you're all tense and nervous and excited. Calm down, and you will do a good job. And even if these don't look beautiful, you can practice them tomorrow, a little one tomorrow, and the next day. Practice makes perfect, and if you practice every day, you will get better. Okay? Thank you.